My fellow Ambazonians, this is Dr. Cho Ayaba. Thank you very much for October 1, for the celebration of our Day of Independence. I was so touched, more than 6,000 miles away from homeland. It was touching to all of us who were out here. Even so, because our children were part of the celebrations. To raise your flag in your own country is a great honor. To be able to watch our children in the villages sing our anthem was a great source of pride and a great sense of ownership of the Ambazonian dream. Sometimes when we sit behind to organize these things, to plan for them, you don't have a picture. Because very few countries that have fought for independence have gone the path that we have and are still going. So there is no case study. There is none you have seen where people are being murdered 15 kilometers from a place where others are raising the flag. Armless, millions of our people. You gave Ambazonians all over the world hope. You gave the families that are still mourning the passing of their children a sense of joy and pride. That the lives of their children lost wasn't lost in vain. You shamed the enablers of colonialism, the bystanders, the fence-sitters, those who watch and pray and celebrate our fallen heroes. My fellow Ambazonians, words alone will never be able to capture the feelings of Ambazonians all over the world on what they saw. It was positive, it was inspiring and hopeful. But that's just the beginning of the journey. The journey to independence, the creation of a state, the development of that political entity, and the provision of opportunities for millions of those who will survive the carnage of the occupier. It's a harrowing one. It's a difficult one. But if we have to look back and learn the lessons of nations and people who have been there before, we can say truly that the fight for our independence will bring us more opportunities than the tragedy of the last 60 years under the tyranny of Cameroon. I come to you today to inspire you never to give up. The journey ahead is still sometimes uncertain, muddled with tragedies and sometimes humanly created obstacles, not only to slow down our independence, but to undermine the progressive mindset that has led this charge against tyranny and for you. And so, while independence and freedom is certain, the uncertainties are clear along the journey to that destination. But I want you to be hopeful. I want you to know this. What you saw on October 1 was not a movie. It was real. It was real. We lost 5 people in Bui State. We got a wounded soldier in Momo. We got a fallen commander, one of our finest and bravest, in Meme. And let me add this. His phone was taken by the enemy. They sent me a video of his dead body. It was painful. But in all this tragedy and pain, I can't forget what awaits us in a new country. A place of hope, tranquility, where even those who don't have jobs, even the old moms who don't have a shelter over their head, will be able to breathe the air of freedom in the country of their birth and hope to God Almighty that after them, there will be a better place for our children. It is not easy to be born in tragedy, live through pain all your life and uncertainty, and watch a portion of your own compound, knowing very well that's where your casket will be lowered. And probably 10 years down the line, that space will be forgotten. It is never easy to watch our old parents carry cassava, carry wood, palm oil from the villages just to sell and survive in a country with enormous natural and human resources to give every Ambazonian a life of hope and happiness. This is what was robbed from us. And this is why we fight and die to restore hope to ourselves and the generation yet unborn. In my last statement, I announced 2 projects to mobilize enough resources to stabilize our forces, making sure they can capture and hold territory and protect civilians within that space. Announced the mobilization of $500,000 for this purpose. And I call upon all of you with deep pockets, the ordinary people of our society, to make an investment in this stabilization fund for us to capture and hold. So by next October 1, we aren't only celebrating in that land, we must have established a quasi-civilian administration that will begin to speak for us from homeland. I also announced the Country Sunday Trust Fund. Hey, I said to you, while we've been focused on defense and targeted diplomacy, we have not given consideration to all the other pillars that are critical for the establishment of a new state. The foundation of your economy, your health infrastructure, without which your people die of simple malaria, typhoid, and yellow fever, and other diseases that are not only preventable but treatable. And your educational system. We shut down the colonial educational system. Like it is said in the Bible, you can never believe that a child of yours will ask for bread and you offer the child snake. You ask for proper education to be able to make yourself an asset. You were given a liability, an intoxication that have kept you a liability to yourself and your own homeland. My people, Country Sunday, every Monday is a day of collective defiance. It's a day of collective resistance against the tyranny of alien rule in the land of our birth. It is the day that all of us, Ambazonians, take pride in demonstrating our opposition to the colonial system and to project ourselves as the new masters of our country. It is also a day we remind ourselves of the heroism of those who have fallen, the heroism of those whose liberty has been taken away, to thank our brave people on the ground for their collective consciousness for Ambazonian nationalism. I have launched Country Sunday as a trust fund for us to mobilize resources to begin to build a new educational system under an Ambazonian administration, to begin to construct health centers to ensure that our wounded soldiers are taken care of. Villages abandoned are able to find hope for little community developments that can benefit the people in the places we control. We cannot only offer hope. We must look at the reality of our people today and offer some limited services that will keep them alive for the hope that we offer in a free homeland. And I ask all those who are in the diaspora to replicate the sacrifices of Ambazonians on Monday with a $5 donation every Monday. It will be an investment fund that will begin to offer opportunities to our people in freed areas. That will begin to provide a new model of economic development and sustainability in the kind of country that we intend to establish. The future is bright. The enemy is on shaky grounds, and they will lay down their arms and walk across our border with shame. And for all of you who've given your lives, your limbs, and sacrifice every day for a new country, you better be damn sure the Ambazonian state will reward you. God bless you all. God bless our homeland.